Section 4. Qualia as rewards and punishments. The brain processes which generate rewards and punishments in conjunction with particular experiences or representations are crucial to achieving behavioral flexibility. The action systems in the brain are designed to optimize the output of the reward and punishment systems. Put another way, the brain systems involved in motivation and emotion must pass on reward or punisher signals to the action systems, which then attempt to obtain and maximize the reward signals being received. Rawls says, quote, "Since it's the range of emotional responses and not the behavioral responses that are fixed, the brain can switch behavior from one reward to another as the reward signals being received change. It can also, of course, switch behavior if signals indicating possible punishers are received," end quote. Rawls talks here about receiving signals indicating rewards and punishments. This is too behavioristic for Panksepp, who prefers to conceive of the felt affective emotions, i.e. the positive or negative qualia themselves, as the actual rewards and punishments themselves. The thrust of this argument from Panksepp is that emotion may be the basis for our immediate primal sensate consciousness, in other words, qualia. This is in sharp contrast with, for example, the perspective in the field of artificial intelligence, which links intelligence, if not consciousness, with mathematical digital processing, rather than the rapid analog forms of emotional reactions. As Andy Clark suggests, the truth is probably that we have both types of mental processing. But as the new theorists insist, the emotion-based system is biologically predominant. Individual human organisms learn to associate the reaction of one or some combination of the 7 emotional systems with particular experiences and situations. This may, in fact, be the most primeval level of meaning in the brain. In other words, the qualia of these emotional reactions would definitely have direct and immediate meaning to the individual experiencing them. The emotional responses then signal the brain's motor system to produce an appropriate behavioral response. The flexibility comes from the notion that the associations between the emotion systems and particular experiences is not fixed. It can change via learning and/or dramatic changes in the life experience of the individual. Panksepp claims that the basic emotions are qualia, i.e. primary experiences, like seeing a color, and specifically that language adds nothing to such experiences, but merely labels and represents them. Thus, emotional experience itself, like seeing the color red, does not require any conceptual intelligence. Quote, "Humans can use words to label their affects, but they do not need words to experience them. Thus, our use of words does not necessarily mean that other animals need to be competent with verbal concepts in order to experience affects. Primal affects are surely pre-linguistic experiences common to all mammals and perhaps to other animals as well." End quote. In support of Panksepp's view, Geoffrey Gray also emphasizes that conscious experiences are given. They come unbidden, automatically and involuntarily. Provided you keep your eyes open and ears unblocked, you cannot choose to have qualic experiences. Quote, "It is commonly supposed that conscious experience is in some sense voluntary. Nothing could be further from the truth. Percepts just happen. They pop into consciousness automatically and involuntarily. We can choose not to turn our eyes towards a red apple or to keep them shut. But if the apple is in our field of view, and if we are paying attention, we cannot choose not to see it. Even in the case of ambiguous percepts, the flip between conscious perception of the one, a duck, or the other, a rabbit, happens automatically with little influence from conscious deliberation." End quote.